When you sell something, everyone, you have a couple of options. And depending on where you're at in business, we want you to have a look at creating what I call a FOO. And you go, what is a FOO? Now, for those of you who are offended by the F word, I just want to say straight up that, apologies. The reason this came about is because when I worked with clients on this in the past, I took them through what I'm about to share with you. And the one thing that they said was, oh, F off. And we had a laugh about it, but this is what I call an F off offer. Hey there, expert. Rana Saini here. See, the wealthiest business coaches and consultants see business success as the system. This podcast, The Expert Advantage, contains real-world, in-the-trenches business advice that our clients use to gain a strategic advantage in growing their $1 million expert business. It's my hope that you use these short lessons and insights to gain your strategic advantage in growing your expert business, and maybe one day soon partner with us at The Expert Project to take your expert coaching and consulting business to $1 million and beyond. I hope you share and enjoy. When we look at cash flow multipliers, so many of us work really hard and we miss the easy money in our business. How much do your clients know that you do? Right? Do you get paid for everything that you offer a client? And do your clients know everything that you offer? And I was watching the chat smiling because it's like, no. And the thing that came up for me was, I'm like, I can't wait to teach you what I'm about to teach you, because it's exactly what we're going to do, is help you understand how we need to monetize the ancillary offers that you guys have that you're either giving away for free, you don't value because you haven't really seen it from this perspective before. And so the aim for us is to find extra revenue services from the ancillary skills that you're not monetizing and build a high value upgrade offer. So your average dollar sale is higher, or the lifetime value of your clients is worth more. So let me give you a quick example. When you sell something, everyone, you have a couple of options. And depending on where you're at in business, we want you to have a look at creating what I call a FOO. And you go, what is a FOO? Now, for those of you who are offended by the F word, I just want to say straight up that, apologies. The reason this came about is because when I worked with clients on this in the past, I took them through what I'm about to share with you. And the one thing that they said was, oh, F off. And we had a laugh about it, but this is what I call an F off offer. Okay. And what I'm saying is you just got to dare to dream a little bit. At the moment, you probably offer something that is maybe a third of what you could offer, but you're not monetizing everything you could. And so if we drew it like this, and in a perfect world, we created what we call a FOO, an F off offer. And this is probably the maximum that you believe you could charge if you could monetize every little bit of your skill set, your experience, and your expertise. You could actually build up and monetize all of it. At the moment, what's probably happening is you're monetizing this bit here because you don't see value or haven't packaged or haven't learned to promote the rest of the value ladder in your business. So you're either in one of two places right now. One, you could build this out right now, which is your big offer. Worst case scenario, what could you do? You could drop sell it down. You could drop sell it down. You could drop sell it down as long as, you don't give it away for free. But ultimately, if you ask for the big thing, you might end up getting the second biggest thing, right? So unless you have a big offer, you're always going to shoot small. The other option is if you have clients that are come in at this level, what other things could you offer over time that builds up and increases the lifetime value of your clients. Now, that could be either one, you give them more of your time. Two, you help give them more resources. So you might use your team. Or you might actually partner with someone or start a complementary business and actually use your contacts. But at the end of the day, what I've seen so often in expert businesses is that we pigeonhole ourselves around just doing one thing, and we do all of these extra things for clients and we don't actually charge for it. Now you go, well, I'm a mortgage broker, I'm an insurance broker, what do I do? Sell equipment finance. Sell personal insurance, business insurance. I don't know. What else do people need? The question I want to ask you is, what else are your clients spending money on right now? Just hold that thought. What else are your clients spending money on right now? That's not in your business. Because I guarantee, as soon as you work with a client, you open up the possibility, but you also open up the problem. And so what we want to do is, okay, here it is. Sorry, my cam just went crazy. The biggest challenges that we see with offers is that they lack what we call tangible value articulation. So we say things like, I'm going to help you grow faster. I'm going to help you feel more confident. I'm going to help you feel clearer. I'm going to help you. And they're very emotional, very intangible. Second thing is we don't monetize what I call second tier value. So second tier value is you have a primary outcome that you want to help people with. So I have my primary program, and along the way you draw on resources and skills and other things to support your client that you probably give away for free. So you don't add anything in. I want to structure out with you today how we're going to do that. The last thing is that you lose possibility perspective because you've just been doing the thing that you've been doing for so long that's just the way I do things. And you ask why, and you're like, I don't know. It's just the way I've always done it. So we see experts miss out on opportunity to grow because they miss out on opportunities to grow in reality because they are too afraid they won't be able to scale something in theory. So what that means is we try to solve problems that don't exist yet. Well, I don't want to start that business because it's not scalable. Well, how about you just earn some money first, because not having money is not scalable. How about you have something worth scaling before you decide not to scale? How about you come up with a problem of, I just don't have enough time because I'm earning too much money? So Joel, you get it, right? Joel, you've gone, I'm going to elevate my business up. I'm going to grow it. I'm doing it probably the least scalable way, but at least I'm bringing in cash flow. Now I can be more intelligent. So most people go, I'm going to start with the most leveraged model, and because it seems to be the most easiest. But now there's always pros and cons to everything. One-on-one coaching, one-to-many coaching, one-to-infinity coaching, productize, and we're going to go through it all today. So the possibilities that we can create here are that we can increase lifetime value of a client very easily. Second thing is we can open up whole new levels of opportunity, and we can add easy revenue streams to your business, or in fact, just add additional revenue straight away. Now, let me explain this. I had someone explain this to me about 2 months ago, and it really made a lot of sense. And they said, short term, which means an increase in your output, which means time, can bring in more revenue. So, case in point, at the moment, when you first start a business, you put in time. Time gives you money. Got it? Simple. Easiest way to make money in business is this. Everyone's here going, oh, mind-blowing, Rana. Thanks. I'm glad I showed up for this session. Yep. This is the problem, though. Most people stay stuck here. Short term, you want to do this. You, time, money. Just earn money. Money gives you options. Money gives you the ability to invest in resources and help and team. And so what ends up happening is, if we go back to here, over time, you want to leverage the input. Now, what does that mean? Leveraging the input means you want to leverage the money that comes back. So the goal here is to say, okay, I'm going to give my time to make money, and I'm going to try to maximize that as much as possible, because it's the cheapest way to run your business to start with, is I'm going to make as much money as I can servicing clients. And then over time, you want to get your money to give you back time. And you becomes what? Team. Or a system. Or a process. You can invest your money back to give you back more time. And that's called scale. See, what most people do is they think, I'm going to skip the first one and I'm just going to go straight to number 2, which means I'm going to use up all the money I have without figuring out how to do something myself, and I'm going to just hopefully get there, because I just don't want to, I want to save time. At the start, when you're not making money in business, you usually have a lot of time, guys. So you've got your time capital, your time rich, money poor. Spend time, make money. And I want to show you how to do that as fast as possible today. To give you an idea of how funny this is, who here in the chat loves coffee, right? Just in the chat, who here loves coffee? Just say yes, no, coffee, loves it. Yep, no. How much would you pay for a cup of coffee? Everyone, cup of coffee. Just in the chat, dollars, cents. How much would you pay for a cup of coffee? $5, $4.50. If you're in Melbourne, it's $11.80. Yeah, Wendy, yep. Oh, cheap. That's a cheap one. Yep, got it. £5, Ceci, that's, or €5, sorry. That's the equivalent of 600 Australian dollars. So, yep. So get this. I saw this at the start of the year. I don't know if any one of you have came across this. $1,500 for a cup of coffee. I'm going to just pause there for a second. $1,500 for a cup of coffee. There are people out there that would pay $1,500 for a cup of coffee. Why? Why not? Why not? If you don't offer it, you're not going to get it. How do you know there's not someone out there that comes into your coffee shop every day, aka your business, that would pay $1,500, which means literally 1,500 times what it is that you're asking for, and pay you that? How do you know? Because the reality, guys, is that you don't offer it. You're just offering the thing that you think people would buy. And you don't understand the economic value of your time, which is your experience and your expertise. So here's the thing. If you could get one client that paid you $100,000 a month, for argument's sake, that gives you the leverage to then put that money back to build an actual business, right? Even if a client paid you $100,000 a year, which is $8,000 a month, that still gives you $100,000 a year to invest some of that money back to build a business faster. Does everyone understand? So this person comes in and goes, well, I want to fund my coffee shop. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make it for $1,500 for a cup of coffee. Now, I will post this for those of you who can't read it in our intensive group. This is the pitch that they put forward for the coffee. I'll read a couple of bits to you. It's hilarious. The cafe has to order the beans when the customer orders the coffee. The order is then roasted in Panama and transported to Australia by private jet. Brewing the coffee, which is served black with no additives or sweeteners, is a labour of love, fine-tuned to extract the most flavour from the beans. The meticulous process involves precise measurements, pre-dampened filter paper, and multiple sessions of pouring with water boiled to exactly 94 degrees Celsius and timed to the second. He said the coffees are drunk in a special after-hours experience behind closed doors where customers are talked through the entire process. They've made coffee an experience. And they've made it exclusive. They don't want everyone to have a $1,500 cup of coffee. The question would be, what if you had a $100,000 offer that was completely unscalable? But if you had 2 or 3 people pay you $100,000 for what you did, would that not give you the cash flow to build the business you actually want, the version 2 of your business? Does everyone understand what I mean? So you've got time. So people say, well, I don't have enough money and I don't have enough time. Well, then just go and get a job then. Like, I don't know what to say. You can't be money poor and time poor. That means you're putting your time into something that's not giving you back money. And that seems a bit silly, right? So think about it. There is probably people out there right now, maybe it's one of your clients, that would probably pay you a little bit more for what you're worth, but they don't know what it is that you could do for them. So let's get clear on a couple of these value vehicles, right? What we call value vehicles, how it works. This is super important, and it's on page 18. It looks a little something like this. See, when people buy from you, the first thing they look at, and we think people want to know, is they want to look at investment. When I go looking to buy coffee, in my head, I perceive, I just want to pay $6. Then someone totally changes my paradigm and says, there's a $1,500 option. Would you like that? And I go, absolutely not. But they actually have a $200 cup of coffee. Did you guys know that? These guys have a $200 cup of coffee. Yeah, it says Brew Lab here also offers slightly more affordable $100 and $200 options. Okay. True, yeah. Wow, that's cheap. So what have they done? Yeah, they've gone, if I was to look at it, they've gone, I have a $1,500 option. And you go, oh my God. And they go, or I have a $100 option. Suddenly that's cheap. What you guys do is go, I have a $100 option. Would you like the $1,500 option? They go, no, what? No, I'll just take the $100 option. Okay, cool, no worries. Bam, done. You've capped yourself already. You don't even know it. So let's look at it. When I look at investment, the V at the end of this stands for value. And value and investment are completely flexible, everybody. There is no such thing as a fixed investment, and there is no such thing as fixed value. It's just perception. Perception. My perception is I normally pay X because I normally get Y. You change the Y variable, you change the value, you change the investment. You change the value, you change the investment, and so on and so forth. Now, what drives value in a product? Well, this is really important because for each and every one of you, you probably do, there's above and below the line, you probably do and sell the top two really well. That is outcome. What does an outcome mean? A result. You go to anyone, they can probably talk about the result pretty well. Yep, help you lose weight. Yep, help you make $100,000. Yep, help you get your next promotion. Yep, insert outcome there, right? No one's going to pay you if there is no value around an outcome. So the first thing we need to know and get clear on with an offer is the outcome and the result that you're expecting people to pay for. So I'm going to pay you this money, but I want this back, right? We go, great. What happens in the mind of our prospect, everyone, is they look at this. The next one is the probability, which really is what is the likelihood that my money is going to achieve that outcome. So that outcome is what you say. How confident am I that that's going to happen? So the first one is what we call, there's confidence. And the other one is aspiration. Aspiration. I want that thing. And how confident am I that I'm going to get it? So the way we teach that in business is we look at what is the win that they want to have to make the value absolutely worth paying for. We talk about that in our program, right, guys? Just to get as clear as possible. Clear equals confident in a way. But then what people do is go, yeah, but what if? And we have this thing called risk reversal that we teach, that you hear about. And risk reversal, I can guarantee, well, listen, here's the thing. You're worried this won't work for you, right? And as Pete said, you can overcome this. But let's just say, for example, you get an objection. You say, well, how about we keep working with you until you do? So at least you make your money back. There's absolutely no risk. And people go, okay, great. Is that compelling? For the most part, yes, it is. But here's where each and every one of you lose money is below the line. So this is very much for those of you who have a lot of time and a lot of talent around you, and you want to make money a bit easier, a bit faster. And if you've currently got clients, you can use this, and we're going to use this today. And so what that looks like below the line is, think about it. The first thing is time to outcome. Time to outcome. How long is it going to take? Could you help me get there faster? People will pay more money for speed. Could you help me get there faster? Well, actually, I could. It will just require a little bit more of my time, and I can get my team to help you with it. Cool? The next part, now you might say, and I look at this and I think of every person wants it faster. The next thing people want, everybody, is people looking at what is the effort required. And what they're thinking is it's about sacrifice. What's the sacrifice I'm going to have to make in both time and money to achieve it? So what do people want? People will pay for ease. If you can find ways to get people to where they want to go easier and faster in terms of your time, your team, a talent, a skill, something, you will, everyone, add more money to your business. The bottom two can be completely unscalable. To give you an idea, I work privately with 5 clients a year. That's all. I just don't have the time. But what it does for me is it keeps me sharp. I love it. But it also, cash flow wise, keeps me paid really well. Now, we have other services, and I'm like, well, maybe instead of giving away money to that business, why don't we start a side business where we can actually provide that service so we can measure what the service is like. Like, rather than give money away, what could you provide right now that could keep you paid? right? And keep business in your wheelhouse. So here's the thing that everyone, when we talk about this, it's kind of like, for those of you who love maths, okay, everyone loves maths. So let's talk about maths. Is, you know, like that rule in maths where it's 1 times 1, or 1 times 1 times 1 times 1 equals 1. But the moment you put a 0 in, it turns to 0. It doesn't matter what the equation. 0 makes a 0. 100 times 1 times 0 equals 0, right? Everyone gets the basic principles of multiplication, hopefully. If not, that's the rule. All you do is you look at your business, right? And you go, okay, out of each one of those, if I was to give myself a point out of 1, if you can give yourself a 1, 1, 1, 1, you equal 1. You've got what I call an incredibly irresistible, valuable offer. The moment you take away a 1 and you say, well, I don't know, it's probably not as easy as it could be, but I'm doing that because I don't want to give too much away. So like, time to outcome, it could be faster. I don't know. You give 1 a 0, it's 0. It's a great activity to look at where or how could I add more value and therefore charge more. Experts, think about your services right now. And we're going to go through this now in terms of money mechanics. I want to give you the 5 cash flow multipliers. And as we go through this, you guys will be like, well, I'm pretty happy with my service. I get it. You guys are going to be at one of like 4 levels. So this is really important that we touch on this today. So the first thing we want to do is understand money mechanics. And we're going to give you these and we're going to build this out. Use the time to make money and then use the money to buy back time. Whenever I start with someone, the first thing they think we're going to do is we're going to go through, when we talk about in terms of expert, we're going to go through and we're going to suddenly make everything like easy. Sometimes you've got to double down on what's working, and that might not be the easiest thing. So you go, I'm making a lot of time. I'm really good at one-on-one coaching. Okay, how much capacity do you have? And so what we do, if you come to money mechanics, we look at this and we go, okay, depending on where you're at, team, this is the rule of business in money mechanics. Down the side, I want you to put a little note that just says value perception. And then at the top, you're going to call it high resources. And at the bottom, you're going to say low resources. Resources doesn't just mean money. Resources means time and money required to deliver the service. Cool? Everyone with me so far? Just making sure. It's gone quiet. All right. Down the side, all I want you to do, you can do it with a pen and piece of paper. Like, I just want you to draw some dollar signs that get more and more valuable as you move up. So what this means, why I do this is because there's effectively phases of business, and we talk about it all the time. So let's get super clear on what they are. The first thing at the top, this is what I call one-on-one coaching. Your time is the most valuable resource and you should charge the most for it. Okay, we all get it. That's what I call like almost done for you. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it literally, like my time is going to be involved, 100% of my time. Time you can't get back. So you want to make sure that when you invest that time, you're getting paid a premium for it. Second thing, if I look at doing it, if I just draw a little bracket around here, is what I call one-to-many. This is where everyone goes, oh, I want to be one-to-many because one-to-many is easy. Is it? Have you done it before? How do you know? Because the guru told me, you know what isn't easy? Not making money. So how about you just do what's going to get you the money first? And then when you've got the money, we'll help you build the business you want, because there's nothing like not making money to slow progress down of growing a business. You do whatever it takes to make sure that that money comes in, and then we'll help you build the business you want. But we can't do it. It's like, I want to go on holiday in my car, but I don't have any fuel. Well, the first thing you need to do is push the car to the petrol station and put the fuel in it. But I don't want to push my car. Well, then how are we going to get it to the petrol station? The first journey you need is to the petrol station. The first journey that some of you guys need to do is just make money. Forget all the bullshit. Pick up the phone, send an email, talk to a person, make some money. It's a business transaction. That's business. I have this, you want this, you pay for it, done. Okay, everyone get it. Once you're making money, we do it smarter. We do it better. We do it more effectively. But if you're not making money, you got nothing. It's all aspirational funk. It's like what I call like dreams with great marketing. Oh my God, I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay, why don't you go and sell something first? Oh, I don't know how. Okay, well, maybe you should learn how first. Okay, it's not the sexiest thing, but that's what you need. And when I look at it, I go, okay, sell the thing first. One to many. And then the last bit, it's what everyone goes is, one to infinity, passive income. Okay, passive income. Fantastic. How many people do you know make passive income as a coach? Passive, they do nothing, zero. So let's not have a strategy that I can't teach you guys something that I'm not doing myself. So on the right side, you go done for you. Then there's what we call done with you plus a little bit of done for you. That's called what I call hybrid. Done with you and then do it yourself. What are we doing here? We just gave you the value ladder. The first thing is what we call info. And info just gives you information on an outcome. Do you want a course on how to use LinkedIn? Just go to Google and type how to use LinkedIn. Ta-da, one to infinity. You can access it at any time. Now, you're never going to make money off that because it's commoditized. The more commoditized something is, the less valuable it is. You want to do a course on how to get six-pack abs? There's about 50 of them. See, just the cheapest one wins. In fact, they're probably free. So people say, I want a one to infinity model. Good luck. But what does one to infinity help you do? Well, it gives you the basis to build a done with you process, because now you can help with implementation towards the outcome. Because now I've productized what I do, everybody. Think of IFS, everyone in IFS. I shot that. It took me a month to shoot it. And now we help people implement it because why? We know that people who do the course will never finish it because most people don't need information, they need implementation. It's why some of you have been in the same spot for the last 6, 12, 1 year, month to year, because you're just waiting for some information to change your life. It's what you do with it that works, right? And so the way I look at it is that's the value starts to go up because I'm adding time and resource to it. I'm starting to tailor my process to a person. The next part is what we call speed to outcome. This is where people forget there's actual value in it. Like, I'm helping you implement, but as I'm helping you implement, I tell you to get a CRM. I tell you to hire a VA. I tell you to use LinkedIn. I tell you to do all these things, and you go, well, could you not provide that? Could you not help someone implement something and charge a bit more for it, just for the sake of speed? Would there be someone that would pay for it? I just don't know how to build that funnel. Would you like me to build it for you? I'll get my team to do it. Oh, really? Yep, it's extra $5,000. Okay, great. Example. Everyone with me so far? Just get yay or nay in the chat, right? Because this is your ladder to making a lot of money, I promise. Okay? Last bit, everyone. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Bear with me. I know we've had a long day. We've had a lot go through our minds. The last part is ease of outcome. Would you just like me to do it for you? Let me just go in and do it. Would you like me to run your LinkedIn profile? I'll even sell for you. Would you like me to do that? I will run your LinkedIn profile. I'll generate the leads. I'll sell for you. You just literally make sure you tell me your bank account details. I'll put money in the bank. Right? $100,000 a year. There'd be someone. Why are you asking for it? Hey there, expert. So listen, our mission here at the Expert Project is to positively impact the world of other business coaches and consultants just like you. We want to help them make more impact, have more income, and have a positive influence on the world. And see, the only way we can do that is if you've heard something in today's episode that moved you, created an insight, changed your perspective, or gave you an aha moment. All I'd ask you to do is take 10 seconds, rate and review this podcast so together we can help spread the word about this podcast and have a positive influence in someone else's world. See, what people do, and you go, but my business is different. I'm corporate. Yeah, I get it. I know. Yep. But imagine how much pain could you take away by doing it for a company such that they would be like, if you can implement all of that for us, mate, we'd pay you more. If you can build the sales process for us, the recruitment process for us, if you could build the websites for us and all the pages for us and the brochures for us and the marketing material for, if you could do all of that for us as part of it, mate, that would be great. Dare to dream, guys, because at the end of the day, the dream has dollars attached to it. And if you price yourself at a low point, you miss out. And so what I always say to people is, let's get this one right first. You're always going to undercharge. So let's get it right first. And then as you build it out, so I'm going to use Joel as an example. And Joel, if he is, here he is, Joel. And so Joel, you cap yourself out. You go, oh my God, I'm doing a lot of one-on-one. Now we need to figure out, okay, you're not doing it for them so much, Joel. I get it, but you are really, because you're literally holding their hand the whole bloody time you talk to them, is what you need to do is we need to figure out how to sandwich you. Joel H, you man. So you think about it, you go, okay, cool. Joel's having the same conversation with every bloody client he works with. Why don't you productize some of that conversation and then we can start to bridge the gap. Then you productize yourself. 80% of it is here. Your 20% is up there. You can actually start to outsource yourself by just productizing your IP. Then you can bring in a coach who can help you implement that part, right? Pay someone more than what you're worth, because that's the thing. Your time is worth money. Pay someone less than what you're worth and then make more sales, right? And then all of a sudden you go, well, now I've got team. You just do 10% of it. And then speed to outcome, you go, well, maybe you just add another service into your products and maybe increase the price and you can have someone implement that. Boy, you see, there's ways to do it. At the end of the day, team, if you want to work with someone one-on-one, you work with someone one-on-one, you make money, and then we help you build the business better. Make money first. Yep. The thing is, as you have more capability on the bottoms of the triangle, the value of your time goes up. Because I could teach you something myself, or I could teach you something through a course. What level of service do you guys want? And value is 100% subjective. So right now, where are you guys at? Let me know. Are you more one-on-one? Are you more one-to-many? Or are you one-to-infinity? One-to-one, one-to-many. Yep. Cool. Done for you. Cool. Now, when done for you or one-to-one, what you want to do is figure out how to maximize your one-to-one time, because what you're actually doing, everyone, is if you do another little triangle here, if we do it, your goal is to start to squeeze as much value as possible. So you make your one-to-one time as valuable as possible. As valuable as possible. So let's give you a couple of ideas. Here's some things that you can do. Everyone ready? You can take screenshots of this screen. I'm not going to go through each of them, but here are some things, and I thought I'd just do these up as a help for you. Here are some do-it-yourself solutions. The point of a do-it-yourself solution is to save people time by giving them the knowledge that you would give them with your time anyway. So just create the resource, let the resource do the work, and then you just put the time into polishing it. Right? ebook training guides, online courses, do-it-yourself toolkits, recorded webinars, self-assessment tools, membership sites, blogs, articles, whatever it is, involve providing the client with the tools. Here's the tool. You use it. When you have a problem, come back to me. So much of this, people think, oh, well, what if I'm an insurance broker? Well, I don't know. Like, do it yourself is you could pre-populate the forms and give it to them. Or you could just sit there and have a system for that, or have a VA do it for you, send it to clients so most of it's pre-filled, and then, or you could spend 2 hours with the client each time. What do you want to do? Like, there's always ways. Okay? If you guys are good, just say good, and we'll move on. So the core challenge here is knowledge. How do I is easy. It's commoditized. I can chat GPT anything I want to know. Good. Next step, implementation is the big step. Done with you solutions. So if you have a done for you solution, Sarika, your goal is to go, well, what's a done with you solution that is less expensive potentially, but gives you another revenue stream? So your actual product can be worth more. I would suggest you could probably, and this is what we did at the start, is you can make your done with you services as much as your done for you service and increase the price of your done for you service. It's value perception. Think about interactive workshops, joint project. This is a done, do it with you, what we're doing right now. Implementation support, collaborative software development, strategic planning sessions, group accountability programs, virtual office hours. These are ways you can leverage your time without having to give it to one-to-one. You can start to do it in a group. The way you do it is if you have containers, you go, I've got containers. Well, how do I put what I do into like silos? Because I'm having the same conversation with every single client. Well, what if you just brought 5 clients together and do it at once? Have the same conversation with 5 people. Cool. Last part. Done for you services. The challenge here is resources. People just go, I just don't have the money to buy a sales team. Well, how about we do it for you? I don't have the money to build a website. Well, how about we do it for you? I don't have the money to hire a marketing agency. Well, how about we do it for you? I don't have a way to build funnels. I don't have so how about we do it for you? So these are all ways that you could add so much more value and charge for it. Take a screenshot if you need to, but these are great ways to start thinking about what it is that you guys can do. Everyone got it? If everyone's got it, just say got it in the chat because I'll keep moving on. Remember, these are ideas to give you some sort of perception of why you could imagine you could layer extra things on and charge more. You could even say, hey, so we could actually do the whole thing for you and it's $100,000, or we could do it with your team and it's $35,000. And they go, oh, yeah, okay, we'll do it. We'll do it with you, and then you could maybe upsell them over time. Does that make sense? You could add more things in over time. So remember I gave you this slide here. They might go, well, I don't want the big thing yet. I'll start with the middle of the thing. And as you move on your client journey, you can recommend resources as you build trust and rapport and make the client worth more money over time. Just because you don't get the sale here doesn't mean that you can't get it. You can still add more value. You've just got to know what value you're worth and more value you have that you're not charging for, right? And so I want to give you guys, I've been speaking for a lot and I'm conscious of time. There's page 22, and I want you to, let's just dream big for a second. I want you to think for a couple of minutes, page 22. Thanks, Amanda. When you work with a client, what problems come up? So I say, I want to help you use LinkedIn. And they say, I don't have time. So we say, you could hire a VA. Right. Possibility, we could hire a VA for them. That's an ancillary service. I could even offer it at the start and say, hey, with the coaching, would you like us to hire you a VA at the same time and we'll train them? You could offer it both at the same time and increase the value at the top. Or you say, as part of this service, you guys are going to need a database. What database do you use? Well, I don't have one. Okay. would you like us to install ActiveCampaign for you? And we could manage the whole thing for you. Set it up, customize it the way we would need it. Oh, that'd be great. Okay. You could sell that together and package it at the start, or you could add that on over time. Everyone get it. People's like, how much could that be worth? So what I'd like you to do, everybody, is think. When someone comes to you and they're like, I want your service, and you think about these top 2 questions. What services are you currently performing that are unpaid? You're just doing it, thinking that, oh, it's just a service. And what services could you be paid for that you don't offer and they don't know you offer, but you could offer? So all I'd like you to do is write down in the new problem column what that would be. And for those of you, could you just put in the chat one of what you've put in, one option? Just put one problem in the chat, just so it helps everybody, right? Because I think we could help each other spur on what we're thinking. So take literally 2 minutes and we'll go through it. Go through it together. We'll get some thinking music. Qualified prospects. Nice, Joel. Yeah. Shirley doesn't do anything unpaid. I bet you do, Shirley. Bet there's something. You could create the PowerPoints for them, Thomas. Well, I don't know. Give them templates, right? Yeah, Anthony, you could actually build their membership site out for them. Gordon, you could literally provide oversight the financials. You could even get them, hire a bookkeeper for them, right? Manage. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Lewis, you're doing a lot for free, mate. You're not for profit. Let's start being for profit. Write it down. No time to train. You could actually do a training course, Pong. Yep. Yeah, budget templates, Abby. Perfect. LJ, strategy sessions, very nice. Start charging for the calls. Yep, definitely, totally. Yeah, what could you do there, Julian? Potentially. Christy, do their resume, LinkedIn profile, right there. But yeah. So you could definitely do that. Andrew, yes. I love that. Fong says she does a lot of things under the umbrella of consulting services. Like, exactly. What are those services? Outsourced resume providers, Catherine, totally. And you could go out and go shopping for people on Coles. Literally go, well, we could get our team to do shopping for you and set your meals. You know, if you want that, $5,000 a month. We'll do the whole thing for you. If you think so, just our team of expert nutritionists will go through and shop for you. All right, idea, right? How only have the pay for this call options, or you could just package it up front and say, Wendy, I'll make, we can add, would you like to add support, like additional accelerated support for that? It's an extra $1,000 a month. I don't know, just throwing it out there. Nice job. Joel, you might actually partner up with an accountant. Say every time I get someone to come through, could you, I'll refer you through and they can use my process. I don't know, I'm just trying to get out. We'll build your funnel for you. I don't know. And Nikhil, you could sit on interviews, Nikhil, help them hire. I mean, dude, how good's that? Totally could. Yeah. You totally could, mate. Massive value prop. You guys are nailing this. Nailing it. Dashboard design code. You totally could if you wanted to, right? Or find someone who could. Out of 10, how many have you guys got at the moment? Just in the chat, let me know so I don't want to leave anyone behind. Debit, Anthony, crushing. Dali, totally. Increase the value proposition. Nice. Nice, Catherine. Awesome, Andrew. Good job. Experts, as we go through this, we'll be breaking this down literally this week on Thursday when we catch up. Because here's the thing that I know. Each and every one of you, you've got two options. Pete said it, you know it. You can increase your price. Oh, but who would pay for that? Why don't you just have an FOO and ask? And what's the worst they have? And they go, well, it's a bit expensive. You go, well, listen, we could just do the next option, and that's this. You have an alternate choice. Or if you've already got clients, you could offer them additional services for an additional fee in case they want it, right? So you either can make more money up front or make more money over time. But the thing is, you can make more money by just getting clear about the true value of what you offer. So what we want to do is go to page 24. So last slide. This is super important. This is the plan. And in this, we want to get super, super clear with you about what the possibility and opportunity could be. And I want you to take this away with you today. So those of you who are in expert IFS, you already know that you have already packaged your outcome. We use our model. And you've got your three foundations, right? So there's kind of like three outcomes that you would help people get to achieve their goal. So it's, for us, it could be build database, generate appointments, convert 3 to 5 clients, 90 days. For example, we have that. So that's our IFS program. This is our program. Now, you go, okay, as part of that, we have already got, what do? We do solve it sessions. We have a resource room. And then we have one-to-one accountability. So we have one-to-one, we have one-to-many, and we have one-to-infinity already built into our program. That's what you get. That's the first point. That's what we know. We package it up. I've added the perfect sprinkle of one-to-one, one-to-many, one-to-infinity. We've done a lot of that, right? Question is, what are some other things that we could do that we're not doing? The question for you is, you're currently charging X dollars. What are you charging? Say, for example, we charge $10,000. That's what we're currently charging. All I want you to do is we're going to take another 5 minutes and we're going to take all of the things that you've got here and we're going to just put them into either two categories. Either it's going to make it faster for people or easier for people. So you just go, okay, I'm going to go number 3, or say for example, number 1, no activity for time. So the solution is hire a VA. The new possibility, we could hire and train a VA for them. Okay? That is easier. Hire VA for client. Everyone understand? Next one is CRM. Set up CRM for client. Well, it's kind of both really, isn't it? It's easier, it's a bit faster. What's the real value of it? Is it speed or ease? Probably speed. So you go set up CRM. Everyone cool? Literally we're going to take a couple of minutes and just put all of your pieces into one of these columns. Everyone ready? Everyone cool? Just give it a couple of minutes. Vorno, 2 minutes on the clock. Some thinking music. We're almost there. We're doing well, team. When you guys are done or good, just say good. You're doing super well, by the way. Some of you sit in both categories, doesn't matter. No worries. Easy. You might go, oh, they're in both. All good. Fine. Don't stress. Okie doke, everybody. Couple of things we're going to do now. Warner, if you just cut the music or slowly fade it down. Okay, so as you went through that, you'll see that there's some things here on the right side. Now, you can either deliver this service, this ancillary value. You can either do it as a one-off. You could do it for someone every week, or you could do it for someone every month. All I want you to do is go through each one and just put down whether it's a one-off, something you could do weekly, something you could do monthly, and everyone ready? How much you'd charge per month, per week, or as a one-off? How much could you charge? So just some thinking music we'll give you 60 seconds. Remember, this is not about getting it perfect. It's about understanding the possibility you guys have. Sure, Catherine, we can price range. And when you've done that, just put a $sign into the chat. How's that? If you're really enthusiastic, you can put more $signs. This doesn't matter. Or an emoji. Effort, more fun. Good on you, Mario. Good job. It's raining dollars on your sheet. Okay, I love it. Now let's transfer those dollars into your bank account. Here's what I want to do, everyone. I know, ready or not, I know we're hitting some, I just want to make sure we're on time. Think about it just for a second. Everyone, just take a step back from what you know, what you believe, and just got to take a deep breath. Everyone, just one big breath. Just think about this. If you were to now, knowing what you know now, add up everything that you have on that page. Forget about how and what would work and all the tactical stuff. If you added all of that value up on a page, the monthly amounts and the reoccurring bits and pieces over a period of 12 months, what would it be? What possibility do you have in terms of average dollar value of a client now? So if you added all of that up and times the monthlies by 12 and the weeklies by 52 and you did a quick math equation, how much money would you have now? What's possible now? For example, if I did 2K a month and I did a setup of, we'll manage it for, $200 a month, call it that. I did the math on that. $2,000 a year, 24. What I normally charge, it's like there's about 34K a year. What's your number, everyone? In the chat, what's that possible number? What does double look like, Catherine, in terms of a number? All right. Yep. 20 to 50K, Joel. 31K, Abby. 25K to 40K. An extra 72K, Anthony. Keep it coming, guys. Yes. I agree, Fong. It's huge for you. Correct. I want you all to think about this, please, and do me a favor. There are people out there right now in your marketplace who charge that amount. Now, I know people say, yeah, but I'm different and they're different. Here's the thing, somewhere in between what you're charging now and what you could charge down the track is what you probably should be charging now. The question is, you need to figure out, who do I need to become and how do I need to position it so that I can get that? Because what if, Nikhil, you secured 1 or 2 83K a year clients? Yes, they take up more time, but doesn't that give you the cash flow to do the things that you want as well, to reinvest and build the business the way you want it? Andrew, Peter, Rob, imagine that. 36K extra. You bring in 5 of those clients a year. That's like an extra, $150,000 a year just because you could add it. We'll figure out how to make it sexy later, but let's just get it sold now. So what needs to happen, guys, to make that? What's the gap now? In the chat, I'd love to hear it. Let's get the objections out the way now. What what's stopping you right now from saying, okay, I'm going to try to position some of that to current clients to see how many are interested, or I'm going to actually go back to someone who maybe wasn't interested before. Listen to this. Someone who wasn't interested before and say, hey, you know, last time we chatted, you said you didn't need this and this. What if I was to do it for you and I just could help you with all of that? Rana, it's not scalable. Get it sold. We'll make it scalable. I promise you. I promise. Right? Go back to people who said no and say, what if we could do that for you? What if I could just what if I could, and then here's the thing, what if I could fly to you, build it around you, give you a shoulder rub, go to the shop, buy you the clothes, fit the clothes to you, make you a meal, hire a private chef in, get a gym set up in your house, wash the outside of your house, build a swimming pool and fly off. How much would you pay me for that? You know what I mean? Like, what's the possibility? You know, everything's possible. You have to get the perspective around that possibility to make it profit. Sell something, guys, and add as much value as possible to make it worth your time. Invest that, use that time to make the money, and then take some of that money and build a more efficient and scalable business with it. Hire help, hire talent, build a process, create a system. All of that's possible with money. Step one's make money. All right, guys. So for those of you who already need some help in asking, here's what I'd love to do. This is a challenge for some of you. Some of you will do it. Some of you will be like, it's a bit scary. I need a bit more time. Sure. Love that, Melanie. Melanie said she positioned it, sold it Friday, and now working on scaling it. Bloody brilliant. Here you go. Ready? This is my value add to you. Here are some templates I've used in the past that have worked for me. Take it, borrow it, make some money, invest that money back into making yourself better, and just improve over time. Page 26. Thanks, Amanda. Choose one, write it, send it out today. Between now and tomorrow, send it out. Who here could send out this message to one or more people, to either a previous prospect or a current client that may be interested in more help, to get them interested, just to say, hey, wondering if you need some help, wondering if I could help, wondering if I could work with that. Yep, shoot it out. Tomorrow, let's have a chat and see let's see how many people could come back. Let's see how many people could come back. And by the way, for those of you who are like wondering about, well, what if I've already got a lot of one-on-one clients and I don't want more, I don't want more time and stuff? Fantastic. So take the money you're making and build out the one-to-many stuff below it so that you can actually start outsourcing your time to a process or a person to give you back time. So for you, it's about getting yourself back time now. That's the conversation that we need to have for some of you experts. Joel, we're going to have that conversation coming up, mate. And so many of you, and also, boom, same. Get it? Let's get it built. Guys, thank you so much for your time on this session. Now listen, one of the things that we do, and I appreciate that we've gone a bit over. To cap off the day, we've had a lot of information come in. And what I want you to do is, rather than me talk for a bit, we have some really talented people in our community. I got to say, our clients, I see you struggle. Vaughan hears you struggle. I sit in the room next to Vaughan. I hear the conversations. And kudos to Vaughan and kudos to you for showing up. Shit gets hard. You don't give up. You move on. You have a breakdown. You have a breakthrough. That's what having a coaching and a community around you does. And I see people achieve remarkable things. And I'm always like, I don't know about you guys, I'm always like, how did they do that? I'd love to hear from them about how they could do that and what I could learn from them. And so rather than me go, oh, this is what we could do, I've asked Vaughan to just showcase a couple of people that were exactly where some of you guys are, which is, I'm interested in doing something and maybe growing my business a bit faster. They came to a challenge. They came through a call. and they decided to jump in and have a play. And they're doing amazing things. I think, remember, perspective drives performance. So I want to share some perspective with you through the eyes and ears and lenses of some of our community. So I'm going to hand it over to Vaughan, and I want you guys to just really think about it first. Get a blank piece of paper and get ready to take some notes, because it's what they say that could be the thing that gives you that, that's what I needed. So don't phase out. Let's dial in.